Hey there folks, rinimt here and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we got through to the rock. Still grumbling. And now, well, we need to go back and actually pick up the next story quest, but before we do that, I'm already in Old Oz, so let's go ahead and grab our next monk quest, Insulted Intelligence. Ah, just the people I was hoping to see. I was a hair's breadth from setting out on my own. To look at you, oh yes, I dare say you appear to have grown in brawn at the expense of brain. Right, well, let's measure some aether. Right, let's measure some aether, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Oh, and the monk simpletons, of course. Though, contrary to his nature, he has already set out for the destination I assigned him. Thinking, perhaps, that you are far too stupid to take, much less understand, etheric readings, it is true, you are stupid. Not very nice. The aetherometer shall do all the work for you and transmit the data back to me. As souls more suited to action, the monk simpleton and yourself need only carry the device on your person instead of about beating on things as you always do. Shall capture data as you trudge about hither and yon. Aether is not the only resource of all magics, but also the fount of all life. Yes, despite its ubiquity, it remains imperceptible. When a living thing dies, the aether comprising its life is released. When this discharge takes place, a portion of that aether remains lingering in the physical world. No doubt you have blah 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 blah, aether crystallization, blah 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 blah, physical manifestations, apparitions of the deceased, blah 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 blah, luminescent glow, blah 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 blah, known as the ethereal threshold. In short, the more violent and dramatic the loss of life, the greater the amount of aether left behind, either in its imperceptible form or in crystallizations. And where the most lives lost in this manner? Cemeteries! No, you false idiot. Battlefields. Do you not see? With etheric readings of those locations, we can discern the scale and more of the battles that took place there. As for this fool beliefs the monk who keeps chakra and spiritual energies and whatnot, if I were to allow that to truly exist, I'd be inclined to say they are one and the same as aether itself. The aether churning around these ancient battle sites comes to naturally settle in the surrounding life, both plant and animal, though more so in the latter. It accumulates within them. Felling these beasts then releases that aether, causing a surge that resonates with the aether within you, causing to expand. The so-called opening of the chakra. By this, the very power of life within you grows. Watered down explanation, but adequate for one of your mental prowess. I believe my own wife never had the patience for such things either, nor my passion. She cursed me in my work, took her children, and returned all amigo. Now's not the time for that tale. The area I'm placing in your charge is Bloodshore in Eastern Thanalan. This places a therometer in an appropriate location. After a spell, retrieve it and bring it to me. I attain the data I require, and you, the monk simpleton, are afforded the chance to indulge your, how shall I put it, charming little backward fantasies. All are happy. Ideally, I prefer you have a knowledgeable understanding of Bloodshore's history, but I fear we'd lack the time for me to educate you. I need hardly tell you that my research takes precedence over your schooling. Alright, let's go ahead and head to Bloodshore, which is over by Costa del Sol, which conveniently we have been to because of the event. So let's go ahead and head there, which is good because someone in my area is like spamming emotes and I want to get away from it. It's getting annoying. Alright, so just a little quick jump behind Costa del Sol and we will find our destination. Go ahead and place it. I also noticed when the recommendations popped up, we do have a hunting log thing to do here. So I'll go ahead and grab that after we are done with these Aetherbound Aurelia. They stop trying to do stuff to me here. May as well throw on a thing. I probably should have done it sooner so, you know, we could have at least ran around the little dot a little bit faster. I guess these are high enough that I should at least consider using Demolish. Details. Oh my goodness, there's a shark out there. Oh, looks like we have some more. ahead and remember how to play my job. That would probably be a very good first step. And just continue taking these out. Not really much to say. I guess I can go ahead and demolish this one real quick since it's kind of just like chilling there and all on that stuff. But thank you for using skills so often, and it really makes it much easier for me to do stuff. Are we done? We are! The ancient energy of the battleground opens a chakra within you. Alright, so we just need to go ahead and return this, but like I said, we do have a hunting log here, and I believe it is down to the south. So let's go grab that real quick. Normally I don't like doing this, but I'm gonna say it's one of the higher ones. Yeah, like down here at the end of the list. So we've got crabs down here. Hello, crabs. It looks like this was the only one in this area for now. Probably because most of the stuff here is meant for a little bit higher, and this is at the end of this particular set of logs. Anyways, here are some Opkalu for us to play with. Did not see how many we needed, unfortunately. We need 3. Alright, and there's like 4 here, and I'm still hitting the wrong buttons. I'm very good at that. Oh, there is a fate here as well. I am going to not go ahead and go into that fate, because I simply want to take care of these Opkalu. One more. And we can head on back to Ulda and be on our way. Alright, that finishes that part of the hunting log. Now, back to the Goldsmith's Guild. I see why this was called Insulting Intelligence, though. Oh, this person is still here. Let's go ahead and add him to the blacklist, because it's getting annoying seeing that spam constantly. Have you brought the etherometer? Yes, I have. This seems the device has suffered some damage. I suppose such things are unavoidable in this line of work. I must see to its repairs at once. That is, after all, why I put up here at the Goldsmith's Guild. My etherometer is no ordinary device. I came up with this elaborate design myself, had to find its engineers at Garland Ironworks draft the schematics and then commissioned the most talented goldsmiths to fabricate it. Wither Guild delivered the results of his outing not long ago. I must insist that you take your leave with me. There is a wealth of data for me to analyze, and I fear that simply having you nearby will somehow affect the processing power of my brain. Repairing the etherometer and determining which locations to next investigate will require some time. Why don't you go and train those muscles of yours or whatever it is you do in my absence? Fine, so we learned the skill Shoulder Tackle, which is a really nice and handy one. It helps us get up to the enemy real quick. It used to also do a stun effect, but they got rid of that. But yeah, it's pretty handy, and you can just, because it's what's known as a off global cooldown skill, it has its own recast on it. Oh, I guess you can't really see it because it's under the window, but it has its own recast on it. So you can use it separate from the rest of your skills. So it's nice to just toss in to get a little bit more damage going. Or, you know, if you have to, like, run out from the enemy, just get you right back into the action a little bit quicker there. So real quick, it has been long enough that the retainer should be back. Are you on this complete adventure? To claim the fruits of your retainer's labor, select the View Adventure Report from the retainer menu. Let's go ahead and do that. So we just hit View Adventure Report up to level 6, and we'll see our rewards here. So we can either hit Reassign, which will just send them right back out in the same one, or we can say Confirm to go. Alright, want to gain experience for completing an adventure. Like you, your retainer can gain experience and levels. This in turn will allow your retainer to undertake a wider variety of adventures, yielding more desirable items. Moreover, equipping additional gear to the retainer will increase both the quantity and quality of the items procured. And there will be, like, requirements in terms of that, and I think we should be able to give it slightly better gear here. So, go ahead and give it some of my old gear that I no longer need. Nothing on belt still. There should be a leg piece. And some feet. Is that it? That is it. Alright. So we can go ahead and that will up its gear. I guess we could give it that. Maybe? Oh, right. Lowers the item level. Don't want to give that. But, alright. So that is that. Let's go ahead and hit Assign Adventure again. So now if we look at hunting, you can see we have more available, 1 through 5, or 6 through 10. But again, more micromanaging, so I'd rather just do field exploration, but we have the second one available, the level 5 one, which same time and all that. And we can just go ahead, send it out, and back in 18 hours. Alright, any rate, let's return back, return to the Waking Sand. I'm back, Minfilia, ready to take Shadow of Darkness. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary Arya. Actually, there is, because we took a nice little break. We must delve further into the motivation of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. Should not be surprised that these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. My fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flame in Ul'dah. You know, if I had known this is where I had to go, I would have done this first. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Arya. Got it. Sending me back to Ul'dah, of course. It's literally just there. Gosh dang it. Alright, well, we're gonna have to actually teleport there this time. Because, well, return is not available at the moment. Alright, so back at the Hall of Flames, they take the little shortcut in. Masked Man, you come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of there's a rogue near about Eastern Thanalan. The breastplate station at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I will point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Karen. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folks are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaro. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention whether you or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Alright, and also while we're here, it looks like we have another quest available. Like civilized men and women. Private Ariana, if you have a moment, I would discuss a matter most grave which concerns the Flames, and by extension you. Perchance you are familiar with the Battle of Cartno, countless Eorzeans and Garleans massacred by an Elder Primal, end of an era, and so forth. Good, good. For a moment, I feared you have been living in a cave for the past 5 years. And surely you know that the Cartno Flats, where the battle took place, is a hellish wasteland littered with the remnants of that fateful day. Hardly anything of consequence to be found there now, eh? Certainly nothing worth protecting, and yet, in spite of that, the Eorzean Alliance continues to maintain a military presence in the region. Why do you suppose that is? Because there is something of consequence. Elegant ruins, to be precise. They were discovered following the calamity, and allied scholars have been studying them ever since. 3 nations working in tandem for a greater good, it should come as no surprise that it would not last. You see, Ul'dah, Limsa, and Gridania have all formally asserted a claim to the territory. Negotiations have thus far proved fruitless, and so we are to settle the dispute on the field of battle. Oh, but do not misunderstand. We will not be going to war with our allies. Hostility shall be confined to the disputed territories, and we shall fight to submission, not death. So there's no cause for concern. Oh no, we won't be expected to kill your opponent, merely deprive him of the will to fight. I say you because the only reason I deign to share this information with you because the company needs you, Private. We'll be damned if we're gonna let a foreign power lay claim to these ruins. So we need every able-bodied soldier we can muster on the front line. But you still have questions and concerns. Very well. Speak with our man at the airship landing. He'll tell you everything you need to know. Alright. I know this is a little 31, but it was bugging me that was here. So let's go ahead and teleport over to the airship landing real quick before we head to Highbridge. Remember, right, there are some side quests we do at Highbridge, so... Alright, right over here. Private Ariana, come to join the fight, have we? Very good indeed. So yeah, this is merely another PvP area. The Borderland Ruins. Ahem! Now before we proceed, I must warn you, this isn't going to be like some jaunt in the Wolves' Den. You'll be pitted against wave after wave of fellow Alliance members in battle, and they won't care one whit that you're the Warrior of Light. This campaign will be long and brutal, and features one today may be undone tomorrow. Consider the Borderland Ruins. We need only seize control of each region in the region, right? Wrong. Defense is paramount as well, for our rivals will muster forces to challenge our claims. It is for that reason we have established an airship route directly to the front line. Those who are ready and willing to fight will never want for transportation. Ah, but that look on your face bespeaks confusion. Are we at war or not? What is this bollocks about no killing? What in the seven hells is going on? That's what you're thinking, yes? It's less war and more organized violence to resolve a territorial dispute. And yes, it is to be civilized violence. Killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited, though accidents have been known to happen, mind you. But you of all people have nothing to fear. You've escaped certain death more times than I can count. What are the odds you'll fail to do so this time, eh? So, that opens up the front line. So, let's go ahead and head to Camp Drybone. That is our closest location to Highbridge. Alright, and here we have it, Highbridge. So, let's go ahead and talk with Hihibaru here. Oh, the Highbridge adventurer. Whatever you seek, Hihibaru can provide it, probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. And if you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? I don't want to linger a while. Highbridge times. Maybe he wants to help you find Highbridge. When the Order of Nothal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the endless beastman rains, folks were too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But things keep going as they are. I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Money won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Thou take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Jeez. Let's speak with him. Hair Club for hire. Yeah, oh yes, you, adventurer. I need you to fetch 3 bottles of Furball blood, and do so with all haste. Where to find Furball blood, you ask? Why, from Furballs, of course. Now hurry, this is a matter of life and death. Or hair. I think it might be a matter of hair as well. Anyway, one of our NPCs is right down here. along with a quest right next to him. I have heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere around about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he is more than the figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Okay. Buzz off, birds. We have been dispatched by the Order of Nalthal to conduct a thorough investigation of these ruins. We have only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Belladia. Secrets which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we have spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird, slay 4 or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. Maybe. You say that now. But anyways, we have another quest right down here. It's actually really neat, nice view here. Strawman Defense. Do not look down, Claudian. You must not. You will not. You cannot look. Ah! By the 12, my good woman, you frighten me half to death. Please forgive me. I've been a bit restless of late, what with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and pricking at me. Might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it'd be another story. What do you say? Okay, so now I need to place some scarecrows. Get rid of birds. Do I don't know. I don't know enough about scarecrows to see if they actually work or not, but let's go ahead and head over here. I'm also keeping an eye out for a fate in this area. On the trail of a masked man, I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Alright then. Let's hop back on our mount and see what we can find over here. Well, passive merchant, we can find you. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been given Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kakiran raids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. That is not quite the fate I'm looking for. That's over there. But I do believe if we go in here, you can. There's nothing in here, but you can't go in. Let's head around to here. We'll find a destination. Let's go ahead and place one of those scarecrows right here. Actually, now that I think about it, I have to figure out my way down. Perhaps? No, it's just the building. Perhaps this set of stairs right here? Yeah, it is a set of stairs right here. Any rate, place one here. And we need to head over there to place another. I believe out to the end of this little platform for the last one. Yes. Yes, it is. Alright. Place the last scarecrow. I feel like there's a sightseeing thing here. I think. Don't know. Yeah, wait, there is. I don't know if we have the right... Yeah. Not the right time. Or weather. Or something like that. I think it's weather for that one. And time. I mean, it's always gonna be both, but... Anyway. Let's continue heading east and see if we can't deal with these buzzers and furbles and all manner of whatnot. So right up here we've got ourselves some chasm buzzers, which are not going to aggro us because we're level 36. Because, you know, of course we are. Alright, there's one. Need about 4 of these, and I happen to see 4 right around here. Actually, I see a lot, but I mean, that's another story. Take care of these 2. I guess I could show off shoulder tackle. I'm like, oh yeah, it's great, and then I'm just forgetting completely that I have it. Don't worry, I do that normally anyway. I'm really bad about it at times. Even though it's like, yeah, extra 3 damage. And I'm bad about using it. Alright, so that's the buzzards taken care of. The furballs we need are on the other side of the road. So let's take care of them. They are going to be casting on us with some arrows, but not really a big deal. So we need 3, and we've got 3 right here. Easy enough. We can head back and see where the quest takes us next. Alright. Well, I guess that doesn't finish the quest, but it does let us progress at any rate. Alright, first up, let's talk with Hihibaru. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for remembering this earlier, it's just things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kakirian raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I hear or see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Thanks. Alright, where there is smoke. Finally, I've got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thouser Spite. Curious, I took myself over there to find the masked man. You're a masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kakirian appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Fine. I suppose it's something. Well, have you brought the verbal I asked for? So then hand it over and quickly now. Long lost, my friend. You're a godsend. Now, how did it go? Ah, yes, sir. Twice dash the spittle, shake thrice more, and voila! What were you waiting for, friend? Grab yourself a dollop and start spreading. My scalp cries out for succor, and do try not to miss the spot. Fine, we'll use it on you. If you want to be that way. Ooh, ooh. My, that tingles, but I can already feel my pores opening in no time at all. I'll have my flowing locks of foam long. Can't thank you enough, friend. What with the sun being down the way it does in these parts, a bald pate is a potentially fatal affliction. If you say so. Let's go ahead and just take the money here. It sounds like one of those home remedies, like, oh, use this twice a day and you'll grow your hair back. One of those sorts of things. Free of savage peckings and buzzard droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, my friend. When I make next my historic discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. Alright, I suppose. Let's go ahead and take the money. And no other quest here. So let's see if you have another quest for us. I hope not. Do not look. Oh, you've seen the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now to head back down and return to my research. Worry not. I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. I think someone's afraid of heights. And you have another class. Scholarly funds. Ah, greetings. Thanks to you, friend. My research has finally gone off the ground. So many discoveries to be made and ancient wonders to be restored. And yet, I have only these 2 hands with which to do my work. If only I could convince the order of the potential significance of my work. Perhaps they would be willing to dispatch aid. I have here a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver to Kyoza and Dal's respite? Well, we need to go up there anyway. So, that's convenient, huh? I would say so. Alright, so our first stop is going to be over on the left side here and not going over to the right quite yet. Because we have to visit Kyozo. Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite for from your hardships. Hi, I have a report for you. You bring a report from Colonial of Highbridge, a most welcome surprise indeed. I was prepared to wait months before that young one made any significant progress. Was this the rumors date back to the latter Palladian era? And how's the final resting place of Lala Fudo IV himself? The historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional researchers and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately. Okay. Well, you also have another quest for us. Perils of Pilgrimage. Adventurers, merchants, travelers. Dal's Respite is always open to those who seek a momentary reprieve from the hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes through these doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deters many from making a pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you could come to our aid. The most fearsome of the local fauna is the Axebeak. Were you to offend the flock, say by 4 birds or so, I do believe these halls would be far more approachable. Of course, we gotta thin the flock and go from there, because that's what we're here for. Precisely what we're here for. See, I'm remembering about shoulder tackle. It's just useful so you don't have to, like, run all the way up to an enemy. As long as you have it available. Yeah, it's just, there's some points in fights where it's definitely handy to make sure you have up. Alright, so is it 4 of these? Where are you, Axebeaks? There you are. Of course, it does have a range limit on it, which is 20 yalms. Which, I mean, you'll, especially if you play at, like, range jobs and stuff, you'll really learn what range differences are and stuff. But let's head over here because that area was a little bit disappointing in the number of Axebeaks available. Alright, let's go report back that, hey, yeah, we slayed some Axebeaks. My venturing friend, a traveling merchant, and his family just walked through our doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would not have come to pass had those fearsome fowl continued to run rampant outside our halls. For this, I thank you. Another one? Friendlier skies. Alright, sending a missive back to Highbridge. I am loath to trouble you again, but you have proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent missive to be delivered to Hihibaro of Highbridge. Be precise, petition. The Order would entreat Highwind Skyways to establish a regular flights between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Such flights would greatly ease the travel of pilgrims to Thal's Respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. It is for the latter reason that we believe Hihibaro and his fellow merchants will lend us their support. Now, go now, and may the traders watch over your journey. Alright, well, before we go do that, we do have the main story stuff in this area, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Which is right up here where we see this person. Oh, looks like they just spawned some stuff. Let's go ahead and do the same here. Go ahead and just use shoulder tackle for a little bit of extra damage because, well, good reason to just use it in general. Any more? No, no more. So, simple as that. Back to Highbridge we go. Alright, let's turn in friendlier skies. First, a message from Sister Kyokyozo. Whatever business could the order have with a common trader like me? Well, you see... Well, I'll be a petition for regular airship service between the Highbridge and Ulda. The idea is so bloody brilliant, I'm ashamed not to have thought it up myself. Business would simply go through the roof. I'll have my signature and delivered to Highwind Skyways right away. Now, if only someone would deal with those bloody Karen, Highbridge would be a trader's paradise. Yeah, well, we're working on it. That's so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Well, maybe? The scroll, it bears the prayer of Rogger, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rogger is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folks of other nations to revere him. I wagered my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness beside. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Yes, I'm sure. On to Little Alamigo. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. Oh, hey, the fate. Day is up, so it stands to reason that you will want to pick up the trail again. You should head towards Little Alamigo over in Southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ulda. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has her relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by, they don't think of her. Suppose this is it then. I'd hope that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. Something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. I am going to go help with your Kieran problem real quick on this attack on Highbridge, which is actually a fate chain. So let's go ahead and help out with this because I want to try and do it. Right, we aren't going to have shoulder tackle because we're level 31 and it's 35. Let's see if we can not leave the area and also contribute. Of course, it's going to be difficult because there are going to be quite a few people here also doing this. We're getting a little close to the edge. Of course, if you go out, then you can no longer attack. You have to come back in, level sync, and oh hey, we are now level 37 thanks to finishing that one. Alright, Act 1, Attack on Highbridge. Like I said, this is a multi-part chain because we just were already in there. We actually went ahead and it kept us level synced conveniently. Alright. Dealing with some a lot of Kakirin here. I can see why they have issues, and I just got phased. Dang it. Dang it, phase from Star Ocean. And I keep thinking I have that for... Let's just proceed onwards. Eventually, we will finish Act 1. It looks like we are almost done, actually. Just maybe like one more that needs to go down. Alright, Act 2. It's boss time. This is a big one. You can see we have down here, heading on in, is Gil Pincher Zuzu Rune. And I have some friends that are trying to attack me, and Gil Pincher is really trying to go in here. Alright, let's go ahead and fight Gill Pincher. And hey, we can make use of Demolish because this is a boss that, well, it's actually worth using it on. So, just realized I cannot see my regular lock. Named Vermin, how quaint. Yeah, you know. It's getting turned around on me. Gosh dang it. Never fine. It's falling in. So, in terms of like reapplying Demolish, you'll typically want to try and do it when it's about 1 or 2 seconds left. Sometimes I'm bad about it, but Zuzarun cares not a name. Zuzarun cares only a sparklies. This is my bridge, and it is high time you left it. Zuzarun will soon be leaving, but with flesh for sparklies. Alright, and down here, Act 3 is now up, so when you want to head down south, and go for it. Now we strike at their heart. Follow me. And Gatling is here. Oh boy. Maybe not the best place for Gatling to be at the present time. So again, we are going to have to level sync in, but let's wait until we are a little bit closer to the boss to do so. Oh hey, it's an Amaja that is in charge of things down here. So I should toss a Fist of the Earth because, well, I can. So, well, we've got NPCs have just brought a ton of Kakirin over to us. Thanks, NPCs. Thanks, we greatly appreciate it. But this isn't going too badly. Of course, there are a lot of people here as well. That whole event deal that I totally don't have my band, my thing on. Dang it. I did it again, people. I did it again. And my thing over there is out of date because I have newer gear since I last made that. And it's almost dead. I'm not gonna demolish. Alright, and we get the achievement curtain call. So there are some achievements bound to particular fates. So, on that note, because we did get a gold rank in that, there is actually some new merchandise available from a vendor down here. From Chachamoon. Chachamoon? Chachamoon. Well, speak with Chachamoon, and if you go down to the very bottom, you will see there's an orchestration roll, so let's go ahead and buy that for 5,000. There's also a tiny rat minion, so let's also go ahead and grab that. Use that, and orchestration rolls are mainly used in housing and inns. They can let you just like re-listen to particular songs and whatnot. So on that note, let's head for Little Alamigo, which of course we've already been to because of Pugilist Quest. Okay, Little Alamigo. Let's go ahead and start picking up quests now for real. Leaves of Little Alamigo. Greetings and welcome to Little Alamigo. My name is Esmond and I represent the Adventurers Guild. People here need, yes. We've come to take a hand. Many terrorists surviving Thanalan. Let's do an adequate test and get a piece of headgear that's not better. So, let's accept the leave. Take a drink of water. And be on our way to see what else we can find around here. So, right down here, we can find Hihira as well as Amalot with the quest. What's your poison? Adventurer, I fear I have no time for pleasantries, but I would be much in your debt if you could perform for me a simple task. To wit, I need you to slay a rock-skin beast and obtain for me a secretion of its poison. If you've seen one of those fearsome reptiles, as I reckon you have, actually I haven't, you know that their scales are as hard as solid stone. The acid they give you, well, will cut right through it. I haven't much, so pray use it well. Some of my countrymen are not quick to trust outsiders, but I have no time to entertain foolish prejudices. This is a matter of life and death. Fine, but let's stick with Hihira. Yeah, so he borrows my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry. Shouldn't bother with family matters, but I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others may have seen something. I recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of this settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Well, he better be. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? When, why? Should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for the story, then. We aren't welcome here. Nope. Never mind. Looks like there is a quest back there, and then we can also... I was like, there's another quest here. But it's like right here. Bad blood. Friend, hear my plea. As you have no doubt observed, many poor souls in this camp suffer from afflictions most grievous. Indeed, it is to deliver them succor that have made the journey here from Ul'dah. And yet, I fear my efforts thus far have been for naught. The residents are most distrustful of outsiders, particularly those hailing from Ul'dah. They look upon my medicine as if it were poison. For an adventurer such as yourself to deliver the elixir, perhaps they would be willing to accept. I have no one else to turn to. Will you go in my stead? Fine. Except I'm also from Ul'dah, so... me throat. It burns. Medicine, you say? Sooner I drink sour piss than that Ul'dahn swill. Jeez. Jeez. What the heck? Well, let's go grab the main story quest right up here from Giselbert. T for 3. Well met, adventurer. I'm Giselbert, head of security here at Alamega. I heard tell you have business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly of air, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust them but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, maybe I can lend a hand. On the trail of mass villain, you say. Can't say it sounds familiar, but I have men on the lookout for Almajal to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are likely to have seen it. I have a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Okay. But let's go speak with Annabelle over here. Blast from the past. Adventurer, I would have your ear. Have you perchance visited the ruins south of here? It is said that they date to the era of the Beladians. As a student of history, I was alive when my superior sent me there on patrol. My delight soon turned to dread, however, when I discovered the terrible truth. These ruins are haunted. Mercy heard me right. Spectres of Baladias haunt the place to this day. My limited training has hardly prepared me to face such horrors. Would be so obliging as to take this holy water and shepherd the lost souls of Thal's realm? Fine. Sorry. Trying to hit the right button here. And this is where I get utterly confused in this place. Sensing a trend, y'all. Yeah. Me too. Looks like our targets are on a different layer. It's not very well telling me that. But, well, there is a upper layer and a lower layer, and this is where I just get utterly confused in here at this place. I can't breathe. How to talk? Another phony elixir cooked up by us. Hold on, quacks. Actually, oh god, that like scratched my throat. Be gone from my sight. What is it, outsider? Come to mock us in our suffering? Go ahead and laugh. Laugh to your heart's content. I just have a tonic for you. That's what I think of you outsiders in your medicine. I'd rather die with dignity than owe me my life to Ul'dah. Jeez. Sorry. Did not work for me either. They basically told me to piss off, almost like I'm also from Ul'dah, and they know it was from you, and you're from Ul'dah, and they hate us. Yeah, great combination, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, Hira. No, look, I see. Take heart, friend. You did what you could. Age-old wounds are not healed so easily. I must not give up this cause. Alright, well, I'll take the potions. Prickly patience. After giving me the matter some thought, it has struck me that perhaps it is not me that the refugees so distrust, but rather the medicine itself. The Almegans are wary of outsiders, this is true. Yet I suspect it is the thought of ingesting an alchemical concoction of Ul'dah make that frightens them most of all. A native girl's wishful thinking, perhaps, but it is the only hope I have. There is a kindly old refugee by the name of Alphen, the only one thus far to accept my treatment. Might you speak with him and ask if there is any truth to my theory? Probably is, honestly. It probably is. Do I have anything equipped? No. Did not think so. So, Alphen is right up here, just by the Aetheryte. Hail there, young one. What brings one as hale and hearty as yourself to this god-forsaken place? Ah, Hira, in me years, I've seen many an outsider come and go, but none quite like that girl. I don't begrudge me countrymen their judgments, of course. Gods know they've seen Ul'dah at its worst. But it's clear even to me, clouded old eyes, that a girl means well, and I can't bring myself to scorn her good intentions. But forgive me, you were asking about medicine, were you not? We Almegans aren't much for alchemy, but we've got our fair share of remedies passed down through the years. Steep the fruit of a sour tender in hot water, for instance, and you'll get a tea that'll soothe the worst of fevers. Not an old man's hunch, but I'm feeling that even the most stubborn of me countrymen would gladly down a cup of cactus tea, even if it were the old lass who did the brewing. Alright, so we need to go slay sour tenders and obtain their fruit. So, what's our best course of action? I think it's heading down this way, towards this level 25 fate, which I'm probably going to ignore. Just because, yeah, I don't need the experience. Let's go ahead and work on taking out these sabotenders, also putting on Fist of Wind again. So, sabotenders! I've already kind of played with them, but these are a little more upgraded from the ones we fought before. These are going to try and use 100 needles. You try and play with the Balors you see around here, the Sabotender Balors, they'll try and use 1,000 needles, which, yes, like you might expect, does a fixed 1,000 damage to anyone who is in range when they finish casting it. Just like 100 needles does a fixed 100, and so on. So it's just worth trying to keep in mind and maybe not play with them too much. Of course, they don't give the fruits we need, so we don't really need to play with them ourselves. And that's what I mean about Shoulder Attacker. I am so bad about using that. I'm also just, you know, used to doing this stuff on their ranged class, so it's like, in fact, I'm going around doing it on not a ranged class. I'm trying to stay out of the fate, but it's not working very well. Alright, there we go. So we are going to be careful on these pieces. They are level 28, and well, that means they can aggro us. So you want the rock skin ones in particular. So let's go ahead, use this. So yeah, that upgraded symbol there does mean they have like a higher defense and all that. So it is good to try and have a way to deal with that. Statical gaze, much like before, if you're in the cone, when the cast ends, it will, this one will paralyze you? Petrify you? One of the two. Anyway, I am going to head over to the level 35 quest, which is actually a dungeon unlock. However, For that dungeon, I'm not going to do it yet until it's, much like I've been doing the side quests, until I'm, like, here for the story or, like, on level for it. I'm not going to do this dungeon until I'm at that level in the story, just because our level is already so far ahead that I don't want to do, you know, an actually proper on-level dungeon and be like, oh, yeah, so now we're even further ahead of the story. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this quest in for now, and then I will be back later to do it. And I did make a friend this time. By back later, I mean, I'll actually queue it up then, see if I can get out of range of it. Yep, I can. Welcome to the Sunken Temple of Karn, or what remains of it at least, used by ancient Beladians as a place of worship to worship the sun goddess Azema. Much about the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery. While we sent a research team into the depths, I regret to say that the investigation proceeds at a snail's pace. That is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Beladians have rigged the temple with all manner of devious traps and snares to deter temple robbers, no doubt. We recruited adventurers to assist in disarming the traps, but be forewarned, many new adventurers have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we would welcome your aid. So, yeah, that adds Sunken Temple of Karn to our list, but as I was saying, I'm not going to do it until we're around, like, level 35 in the main story quest, because I just don't want to, like, do it and then, oh, look, yeah, now I'm level 40, and because I already imagine I'm going to get level 40 before our next dungeon, unfortunately. I hope I don't, but I have this bad, sinking feeling that I'm going to get there. So, anyways, we want to head down past these Amalja, which no longer aggro us. And you may remember them from when we were here from the Pugilist quest. And we want to head down to this area, which you may also remember from when we were in this area for the Pugilist quest, and take care of these tempered swords. So, we want to use one of these blessed waters on it to weaken it, because it does have that one symbol on it. So, let's go ahead and take it out. Of course, because, you know, we do have to use the item, there's no point really doing the shoulder tackle to get closer, yada yada yada. Alright, and so we also want to do the same deal for the tempered brand. And we'll demolish since it's right near the start. I'll at least do something, right? Yeah, presumably. Alright, so take this out, and this will finish up last from the past. And now we can go deliver some cups of tea. You know, everyone likes to have some tea delivered, right? Yeah. I tried to jump off at the same point, and it still didn't work. Hello, I have some tea for you. Who the hell are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, how about some tea? Well, yeah, consider it. You consider it. Thanks, friend. What's that? A mass villain? Hide them under refugees like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. I see. That's rather unfortunate. So we do want to go into the place where I was like, yes, there's like level 40 something enemies down here, but if you don't go too far, it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. You just don't want to go down to where you see those enemies. You there, are you an Amalja though? Then care. How do you confuse me for an Amalja? I'm way shorter. Is it the tail? It's the tail, isn't it? Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm gonna enjoy this. What, a masked man? Don't know, don't care, unless he's got scaly skin. Oh, it was the dark scaly skin, was it? And there goes my headphones. Ow, it actually just like ripped right out of my ears. It stands 10 phones tall. Okay, I'm not that tall. It's the face of a lizard. I don't have that either. Then I'll give him mummer's fart. Okay, it was the scaly skin. We figured it out. Like, seriously, buddy. Seriously. Don't bother me at the Amalja overruns. I'm blaming you. Well, have some tea. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, is this vicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, but with the mask and the robe, I'm assuming it was he. He was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. Okay. Okay, and I also forgot to go do the trial guild leave. So I'm gonna go jump back up and do that. Yeah. Alright, so I don't feel like trying to get it back on the map. But I believe it was around here, so let's go ahead and initiate it. Even though our thing isn't here, we can go ahead and work on it. So looks like, according to the map, we've got several things here. All missing pages of Necrologos and defeat the creature summoned from within. So we got one page here. Can we just get like multiple pages from this one section? Or is it just like, in case you didn't get the drop? Might be that. I wasn't actually expecting that to... Yeah, we didn't get a drop, so it's just respawning in case you didn't. But let's head over here, take on this one. I guess we need 5, and there's only 4 spots on the map, isn't there? Just watch out for these golems. They can actually attack me since we are back over by Karn. Got 2 now. Let's go take on this one. And see what else we can get. Be number 3. Yeah. Alright, so we are gonna have to fight another one of them twice because there's only the 4 spots. And I do see the last one up there. Alright, there's 4. Let's go ahead and head up here and take on the last spot. So this is another style of ones you can get. You have to kill like a bunch of different enemies and use that to spawn your final enemy, and yeah. My knowledge of Leave Quest is limited. Alright. Oh, we did not get a drop! I was about to say, alright, now where to? And I'm like, oh, wait a second. Didn't actually get what we needed, did we? Still not paralyzed. I would rather not be paralyzed. Drop? Thank you. Alright, so now... Oh, looks like it automatically came out to play with us. So let's kill the Lesser Photoriga. And finish up this elite quest. Alright. Back to Alamigo. And this will also enable us to just turn all our quests in general. Taking us back here. Alright. Here have been through a great deal. This road should help. Yep. Of course. Hey! Our experience wasn't tanked as badly because we're not as high level over it. And it's clear that you should have no difficulty completing my other guild leaves. I see no need to test you further. The Alamego will benefit from any aid you can provide. Alright. I will not need further work, thank you. Thanks for the offer, but I'll have to pass. Remarkable, you adventurers truly are as valiant as they say. I must devote myself to my training that one day I, too, may be capable of such deeds as taking down a singular enemy. But don't worry, I'm in the flames. I'm a guard. Oh, you're back. So my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigations, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegan. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Yeah, let's just take the money. And foot in the door. So you're determined to press on with your investigations. I don't have much choice if I want to progress the story. I have some advice to offer. I just noticed the time. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. The best way to win trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking, no doubt, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gunthable belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Well, I guess we have to go back to Minfilia, pray return to the Waking Sands. So, I guess we'll go ahead and do that in the next video, along with finish up the rest of the quests I have here. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing if you really enjoy it. I need to get better at that. If you really enjoy it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep being content like this. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Later.